Hello and welcome to another week of Sambo iRacing. We're back in the new BMW GT4, the M4 G82 in iRacing, and we are at Circuit Zolder for the Grand Prix layout. So this is the fixed edition that will be used in the BMW M Power Tour Series, as well as the GT4 Falken Tyre Challenge. It's a wonderful track. It's going to make for some great racing. I'm looking forward to it. Put this track guide together for you. If you are new to my channel, what I do is I do a hot lap, which is very quick, and then I break it down, and then I show you the lap again, a final time without any interruptions with the driving line on for you crazy people that use that. Right, without further ado, let's start the guide. Okay, here we are with the hot lap. So over on the right hand side, we're going to brake just before this banner coming up ahead. Long trail off, down to the apex, down to third gear, quickly up to fourth. Exit wide, back over to the left hand side, little dab of the brakes. Down to fourth, down to third again. Feeling for the grip with the power. Up to fifth, looking for these little side roads on the left hand side. Little dab of the brakes, holding it, down to third gear. There's a lot of power in this car. Just going to watch out coming out of some of these turns. Now we're looking for just after the 100-meter marker. We're going to brake for the chicane, down to third gear. I really gave them a clip. Wasn't the cleanest through that. Didn't seem to hurt the time. Over to the left-hand side. Even tricky little chicane, that one. A little bit of oversteer coming out. For tight turn 8, down to second gear. We never use first gear in this car, it's a bit like the V. Coming up to the final chicane. Well, there we have it, a lap of Zolder GP in a 136.362. Now for the breakdown lap. I'll run through this relatively quickly. Over on the right hand side, and what we're looking for is just before we get to this banner here, we're going to brake up to about 70%, and we're just going to trail that down, dropping down to third gear at the apex, getting back on the gas nice and early. Exiting wide, getting back over to the left-hand side, and then basically as soon as you back over to the left-hand side and you've got these double lines on the right, we're going to get on the brakes up to about 60%, and again we're going to trail it off all the way down to the apex, so just keeping that weight over the front tyres. Once we know that we're making the corner, we're in third gear, and we're just going to feel back with the power coming on. Getting over to the right-hand side, always changing up on the flashing reds. And the next braking point is these entry roads on the left hand side. So as we get to those, again we're just going to hold the brakes around 45%, down to fourth gear, still trailing it off, and then as you can see, just as I move my way over to the curbing on the right hand side, I'm in fourth gear and just feeling for that grip, exiting wide without going on the sand. Now, just after the 100-meter marker on the right-hand side, that's when I'm going to brake really quite hard. I'm actually using the ABS here. Nothing wrong with doing that. I know some of you are petrified of doing so, but the ABS is your friend. These races are only 15-20 minutes long. You're not going to damage your tyres by that stage. We're trailing it off down to third gear, clipping the first apex. As I say, I could have probably clipped them less hard than I did, but the main thing is getting back on the gas. As you see, I'm back on the gas before the apex here. So once I'm sort of in between the two apexes, I'm back on 100%. Up to fourth. Holding it round to the left-hand side. Now, this is tricky. So basically, once you've got the sort of elbow of the corner and you can see the curbing coming up ahead of you, that's one, as soon as it's straight in front of my car, that's when I get on the gas, on the brake, up to about 90%, and then I'm going to trail that off down to third gear, still on the brakes, slow my car down, little dip of throttle, and then we're getting back on the gas nice and early. It's a tricky corner this, it's very slippy. As you can see, I've got a bit of torque steer going on there to keep it straight. I'm turning straight left almost. Keeping in the gas. Now we're looking at sort of the 50-meter marker. So we've got the 100-meter marker coming up there. Oh, it's actually at the 100-meter marker. We're braking to about 80-90%. And again, we're wiping all that speed off down to second gear at the apex. And then we're getting back on the throttle as early as we can without exiting too wide. Little kick of oversteer there. Always going to be the case in second gear. And coming up to the final chicane. Again, 100-meter marker. And then just after that, we're braking up to about 80%. Same thing, down to third. Getting back on the gas in between the two. Just feeling for the grip. And there we go, back up to 100%. Dead straightforward. You are going to need some practice around here. I certainly do. But it should make for some really good racing this week. Okay, final run through with the driving line on. As always, thanks for watching. I've been Sambo iRacing, and I'll see you guys in the week. Cheers.